back again to talk about breathing and why it's important for your shoulder and resolving shoulder pain and dysfunction. Well, if you think about it, when you add in the posture that we might tend to be in with the forward shoulders, the forward head, and then you add in maybe a shortened breath cycle or a shallow breath cycle where you're just breathing in very shallowly to these upper cervical muscles, and the tension that might be created in those muscles if you participate in a posture and a breath cycle like that at the same time. Thinking about the scalenes, the upper trapezius, the levator scapula, the pectoral muscles, all having a little bit more tension if you're not adequately expanding the ribs and using your breath to its full capacity. Not to mention the effect that it's going to have on your brain, on your adrenal system, on your circulatory system. And for a better description and more a great diagram of how the breath might affect all these other areas in your life, I'll add a link and point you towards Matthew Taylor's description of the 3 diaphragms. But for now, let's talk about breathing in both a supine or on your back position and then also in sitting. So it'd be great to lay down during the day, if you can, to try it, or just trying it before or as you're going to bed, or even if you're waking up in the morning. So having your knees bent in a comfortable position and just starting with the hands on the belly, relaxing the shoulders down, and just start to notice where you're taking the breath. So are you able to take the breath into the belly? Is it coming into the chest? Do you feel the shoulders lifting? And none of that is wrong. It's all perfectly natural. Just start to become aware where you're taking the breath in. And once you have a sense of that, so now you're going to try to change the breath and alter the breath. Now the breath is something that happens without our control. Thank goodness. We don't have to think about it, especially when we're sleeping. But it is something that we can control. It is something that we can control and have an effect on the tissue tension that we're holding in our body. It can have an effect on your circulatory system, your adrenals again, your immunity. So having something at your control is such a great and powerful thing. So let's control our breath now by regulating the inhale and the exhale. So as you inhale, you're going to let the belly rise into your hands. And then let the belly fall back in towards the floor. And you might even want to put one hand on your chest so that you can feel this area around your clavicles, your collarbones, and your upper rib cage to see how much it's moving while you're breathing in and out. And then see if you can try, as you inhale, to let the belly rise first and then let the chest come in if it needs to. So take a breath in and a breath out, the belly falls. And then begin to try to regulate the breath cycle so that you're inhaling to, say, a count of 5 and you're exhaling to a count of 5. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to relax your body even more, you can try a breath cycle that's 2 times as long on the exhale as it is on the inhale. So if I breathe in to a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, really learning how to control your breath and monitor your breath so that you can have lasting effects on your whole body. Now, we're not, again, always laying on our backs, and if you are able to lay on your back during the day sometime and practice this, that's great. Have at it, but we don't always have that chance. So sometimes we have to learn how to practice breathing when we're sitting up in an upright position or even walking. So As you come into your sitting position, or maybe you're sitting at your desk or your workstation, you're in your car, then doing the same thing. So you're going to place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, and see if you can't try to regulate your breath cycle here. So as you breathe in, the belly rises, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that you can really monitor this area around the chest, how much it's working. Can you get a full big breath in, expanding the abdomen out? And then once you have a feel for it, then you don't have to have the hands there anymore. You can just relax the hands and have them wherever you want, so that you have a feeling now of what it feels like to get that calming, soothing breath that expands the belly on the inhale and drops it back down on the exhale. And hopefully you'll feel a little bit calmer, you might be able to think a little bit clearer, and you might be a little bit more productive. And then eventually, hopefully when you get back to your sports and your activities that you want to do, that your shoulder feels a little bit better. Your neck muscles aren't so tense. So, happy breathing.